वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सस्य श्यामला मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमिता द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्।
Let the Vice Chancellor present the annual report. Professor Hemchandra Reddy.
Respected Chancellor, Professor K.C. Reddy Garu, the Chief Guest of the 5th Convocation, Padma Vibhushan, Sri N.R. Narayanamurthy, Chairman Emeritus Infosys, the Founder Chancellor, Dr. Raj Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Education, Dr. Adimulap Suresh Garu, will be joining us shortly. Distinguished guests, members of the Governing Council, Academic Council, faculty, staff, recipients of the degrees, eminent alumni, ladies and gentlemen present here at the 5th Convocation. Very good morning to all of you. It's my privilege to extend a cordial welcome to all of you on behalf of Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies. At the outset, I offer my heartiest congratulations to each one of the graduates who is present here and those who could not attend but will be getting their degrees in absentia for their hard work. Parents and guardians of for the sacrifices made, and the faculty members for spending their time in mentoring them to complete their studies successfully and timely. Special congratulations to all medal winners and their parents for their achievement. I also express my sincere appreciation to staff of RGUKT for their assistance and to make the university a place of excellence and fine achievements. Today, in all, 5,298 graduates will be awarded degrees in various programs. The origin, the establishment of Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies is the vision of late Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy Garu and got translated into a reality by the founding of the university on 28/4/2008 through the act of legislation of the Andhra Pradesh State Legislature. With its 3 constituent and independent institutions in 3 regions of erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, each one located at Basara, Nujvid, and Arkaveli, the present location. After bifurcation of the state, RGUKT also got bifurcated, and the institutions at Nujvid and Edbulpaya came under RGUKT Andhra Pradesh fold. During the academic year 2016-17, 2 more campuses at Srikakulam and Ongole are added to RGUKT. The vision and mission. RGUKT from the beginning has been preserving the vision of the legendary founder, late Dr. Y. Rajshekar Reddy Garu, the then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, who always gave a preferential option to the poor, meritorious rural youth for whom the university was founded. We champion the main objective of the university by providing high-quality technical education with the goal of inclusiveness in terms of access to meritorious rural youth who are presently deprived of the opportunities. Though the innovative blend of modern computer-assisted learning-centric instructional methodology along with rigorous traditional teaching in a world-class ambience, with steadfastness and alliance, we pledge our commitment of imparting each student broad skills such as learning to learn, learning to think, learning to live, reinforcing core values of integrity, respect for all, and care for environment, reinforcing dissemination of advanced knowledge in the emerging fields such as information technology, etc., making special provisions for integrated courses, including humanities, social sciences, and other interdisciplinary areas to impart broad-based education, including soft skills, functioning as a resource center for knowledge management and entrepreneurship development in the emerging technologies, establishing close linkage with the industry to make teaching and research at the institution relevant to the needs of the economy at the regional and national level. The admissions, keeping in view of the basic philosophy and objective with which RGUKT was started as a unique model to empower meritorious rural youth through quality professional education, University desires to restore the original model of mandal-based admissions, though we have been admitting students by adding appropriate deprivation score to the students who studied in the government schools. For the past 2 years, the university conducted common entrance tests as 10th class board examinations could not be held due to COVID. Presently, around 25,000 students are pursuing their 6-year integrated educational program in engineering with an annual intake of 4,400 students at each of the 4 campuses. At all the 4 campuses. Recognition of university under UGC 12B. It is gratifying to note that the University Grants Commission has accorded recognition under 12B of UGC Act on 12/6/2020, making the university eligible for receiving central financial assistance, a feather in the cap after a decade of its establishment. The curricular intersections, the undergraduate program that we offer, we prominently offer 6-year integrated program comprising 2 years pre-university program and 4 years BTech program. The 6-year integrated BTech program is offered in the following 7 engineering majors: chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer science engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, electronics and communication engineering, materials and metallurgical engineering, mechanical engineering. Apart from the majors in engineering discipline, there is a scope for doing a minor in other branches of engineering or science or management or humanities and social sciences, including classical performing arts streams. Introduction of minors and open electives. In consonance with the new education policy 2020, RGUKT has introduced multidisciplinary courses in all the engineering programs from the academic year 21-22. Open electives are being offered from the academic year 21-22 to make all programs truly multidisciplinary. From the academic year 21-22, we started the following MTech programs: Engineering, Analysis and Design at RGUKT Nojvid, Transportation Engineering at RGUKT Nojvid, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at RGUKT RK Valley, Advanced Materials Technology at RGUKT RK Valley. Implementation of integrated pedagogical paradigm. The teaching learning process in the university is a hybrid mode involving learning by doing and conventional teaching. Video lectures from the best faculty of the country are arranged in classrooms, complemented with the interactions and learning done by the competent faculty of RGUKT, who are recruited mainly from the premier institutions of this country. The education system of RGUKT is ICT based and perhaps the first university in the country to adopt ICT for educating rural students and to pass several batches of students successfully in the system. It is the first university to adopt the much praised and prestigious NPTEL content apart from using video courses produced by RGUKT on its own. Reckoning with the main motto of the importing quality education, RGUKT has adapted the following innovative approaches to benefit students. Comprehensive curriculum to meet the industry needs is designed and developed, which is on par with any IIT. Every student, irrespective of his branch of engineering, has to complete 4 courses in computer science and thus get an extra edge in IT. Supplementing the robust curriculum, excellent laboratories are placed to provide strong laboratory practices and hands-on experience for students, and thus committing for innovative approach of learning by doing. We have created advanced laboratories. Some of the prize equipment added to the laboratories are the hydraulic 200 kilonewton CTM machine, the Rhodes network analyzer, spectral analyzer 10 gigahertz, and field emission scanning electron microscope, X-ray diffractometer, and spark emission spectrometer, high temperature ceramic sintering furnace. And emphasis on research. Professor Gopal Razu, professor in Civil Engineering Department, Nujvedi campus is granted a patent entitled Geopolymer Concrete Composition using quarry dust and contrived aggregations in August 2020. Dr. Sheikh Dilkush, assistant professor in Department of MME Nujvedi, is awarded with a patent entitled Development of Megawatt Wind Turbine for Optimal Management of Smart Agricultural Farms in May 2021. And Professor P. Jagdishwar Rao, Director, RGUKT Srikakulam Campus, and Dr. Rajesh Duvuru, Assistant Professor in CSE, are jointly granted a patent for a smart and cost-effective flood pole in 2021. Professor P. Jagdishwar Rao, Director, RGUKT Srikakulam Campus, and Dr. G. Nasim Rao were jointly granted a patent for identification of forest fire susceptibility using GES and neural network approaches in 2021. Dr. T. Suvarna, mentor in biology, RGUKT RK Valley, is granted a patent on design of woman health monitoring during pregnancy period and location tracking system during emergency situation using NFC tag synced. 10 of our faculty members have applied for patents recently. And there are various research proposals. Let me very briefly present. Dr. I. Ramakant, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, has done collaborative research with at least 5 foreign universities. Mr. B. Prasad, Assistant Professor in Electrical Engineering, is leading a collaborative research project on design of microsensors for agricultural and bio applications with a sanction of 1.12 crores by MHRD Government of India. And in addition to this, our faculty members are actively involved in bringing out technical publications in internationally acclaimed journals such as IEEE, Elsewhere, Springer, and Taylor and Francis. So the seed grant for research. In order to boost up the research in the university and to motivate the faculty to initiate research work, the university has decided to provide seed grant to the faculty after evaluating their research proposals. This grant could cover the basic requirements of the research project envisaged and should pave way for major grant from a funding agency. The industrial consultancy, RGUKT faculty are very well involved in the industrial consultancy. During this academic year, till now, more than 30 lakh worth consultancy has been carried out by the civil engineering faculty, and currently 16 lakh worth consultancy projects are ongoing. The faculty resourcefulness, faculty represented the university at international conferences conducted at China, Japan, and South Korea. Faculty have delivered a good number of invited talks in various prestigious reputed institutions and conferences. The student achievements, special performance by students in yoga before President and Vice President of India was held on 6th April 2019. secured medals at national and international competitions in various games and sports, secured Best Innovation Award for designing construction of rally car that can travel in different terrain in national competition held at Thar Desert, Rajasthan during October 2019, secured significant number of GATE scholarships for pursuing MTech program, achieved civil services ranks, and 2 students got inducted into All India Services. We proudly announce Mr. Gopila Vidyadhari secured 211 rank in 2021 in the UPSC ranks, and Mr. Chimala Shivagopal Reddy secured 263 rank in 2020 in the UPSC ranks. Many students have become successful in promoting their own startups, and we have a few of them assembled here. And a team of our 4 students from RGUKT Nujividi campus stood 4th place in the startup package of 10 to 25 lakhs in Swadeshi Microprocessor Challenge. We are very happy about it. Innovation and incubation. To enhance the entrepreneurship and startup culture, the university is proposed to establish innovation and incubation center in all the campuses. The center shall incubate the startup ideas initiated by faculty and students. The university will provide space and permission to utilize the facilities of the campus for this purpose. Collaboration with industry, government departments, research centers. The university has linked MOUs with IIT Tirupati, IIT Hyderabad, IIIT Hyderabad, NIT Warangal, AISEDU, Japan, Korean Cultural and Technological Center for promoting research and teaching in the university. RGUKT has collaborations with top-level industries such as electronics and Kushalava Industries, etc., for student training and placements. The placement record, around 170 plus companies pan-India are participating in the recruitment drives in RGUKT. RGUKT has witnessed a pay package of rupees 20 lakhs per annum offered by Unlock Devices Bangalore. Internship programs through Gignasa is a program where students have prepared the Wikipedia proposals, biographies, and YouTube videos of selected engineers. CDPC at RK Valley has MOUs with many companies such as Kanduria, Globrina, EduNet Foundation, Saksham Strategy Group, etc. for internships, placements, and training initiatives. I extend a hearty welcome to our Honorable Minister, Sri Adimulap Suresh Garu, onto the dais. Engagement with the neighborhood. University and neighborhood are entwined with each other, one of the main fabrics of the National Service Scheme. The NSS units on the campuses are very active, and their dedication and efforts are visible in various activities conducted during COVID pandemic times. Students created awareness of COVID appropriate behavior through poster presentations, producing awareness of videos, drawings, paintings, etc. Some of the awareness videos made by the students of RGUKT have been uploaded on the web portal of NSS Regional Directorate, Hyderabad. Institution of Gold Medals. We are proud to announce that our Honorable Chancellor, Professor K.C. Reddy Garu, has instituted for the first time in the annals of the university 3 gold medals to be awarded in this convocation. We sincerely express our gratitude to you, sir. The first gold medal for the toppers of the batch of university in the memory of late Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy Garu, former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, and Dr. Raj Reddy Gold Medal for topper in computer science in the name of Dr. Raj Reddy, founder chancellor of the university, and Srimati Kalluri Venkata Subbamma Gold Medal in the fond memory of the mother of our honorable chancellor, for the topper among the women graduates in memory of the mother of the donor. Dr. YSR Lecture Series. It is indeed a privilege bestowed upon Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies to introduce Dr. YSR Lecture Series commemorating the 20th birth anniversary celebrations of Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy Garu. the 14th Chief Minister of undivided state of Andhra Pradesh, who laid a solid foundation to the upliftment of the downtrodden, as was evident by establishment of this university for the talented rural youth. The founding Chancellor RGUKT Padma Bhushan, Professor Raj Reddy, Professor of repute in artificial intelligence and machine learning, delivered the first of the Dr. YSR lecture series on emerging technologies and implications for the future of education. The benefactors of the lecture series is Sri Ayodhya Ram Reddy Garu, Honorable MP. With gratitude, the university heartfully expressed its deep sense of gratitude for the government of Andhra Pradesh, especially Honorable Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, for the augmentation of infrastructure in all campuses, notably for classroom complex, boys and girls hostel blocks at RGUKT Srikakulam, Echirla campus, Srikakulam, inaugurated by Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Andhra Pradesh. The statue of Dr. YSR at RGUKT RK Valley campus, who had allocated kind-heartedly 500 acres of land for establishment of RGUKT Idugulupaya campus. 7 departmental buildings at RGUKT RK Valley campus inaugurated by Honorable Chief Minister Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu. Installation of 3 megawatt solar power units. Sanction of Dr. YSR multipurpose auditorium with a 2,000 seating capacity at RGUKT RK Valley campus, for which the foundation stone was laid by Honorable Chief Minister Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu. Sanctioning of centralized computer center at RGUKT RK Valley campus. Sanction of centralized computer center at RGUKT Nujuvedi campus. Construction of additional floors on the classroom complex, boys and girls hostels to accommodate more students at RGUKT Srikakulam. Looking into the future, the university is poised to make a mark in imparting quality technical education. We are looking forward to NIRF ranking, NBA and NAC accreditation, setting up of incubation centers in emerging areas of technology, establishment of entrepreneur development cell and creation of startup ecosystem, introduction of PhD programs, and many other things we are planning right now. In conclusion, the university and its entire activities could not have been achieved without the full participation and support of all stakeholders. The central and state governments, our faculty members, students and staff, agencies and industries, professional and other organizations, and our alumni. The university is ever grateful to Government of Andhra Pradesh for its continued and sustained encouragement and support. Before I conclude, I would again congratulate all the graduates, awardees, and medal winners, and wish all happiness, professional, and success towards achieving leadership in their chosen areas and fulfillment in their lives. I conclude with this quote: Sam gachadvam, sam vadadvam, samyo manansi janatam. Let us walk together, let us talk together, and let us also think together. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Professor M. Reddy, for a very comprehensive presentation of the annual report. Let all the graduating students now take the pledge. All the graduating students should now take the pledge. I sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degree for which I am a candidate and for which I have been recommended, I will, in all my daily life and conversation, conduct myself as becoming a member of RGUKT, Andhra Pradesh. I shall, to the utmost of my ability and opportunity, support and promote the cause of sound learning, and strive to set an example of high principles and conduct. I will, as far as possible in my life, uphold and advance social progress and the well-being of my fellow human beings. I will never make my knowledge subservient to unworthy ends. I will faithfully and carefully fulfill the duties of the profession that I am trained for and shall on all occasions maintain purity and reputation, and that I will never deviate from the straight path of their honorable exercise. Thank you. Let the candidates for degree be now presented to Sanjay Rani.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, permit me to present to you, in accordance with the grace of the Governing Council just passed, the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degree of Bachelor of Technology of the Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies, Andhra Pradesh. Toppers in 2018-19. Mr. Bhukhya Suresh Nayak with ID number N130308 of RGUKT Nujividu campus is awarded a prize for being the topper of the 2018-19 batch. He is also the topper in mechanical engineering branch for the same year. Ms. Janapati Nagajyoti with ID number R131412 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being a topper in computer science and engineering branch for 2018-19 batch. Ms. Mattam Bindusri with ID number R131161 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in ECE branch for 2018-19 batch. Ms. Mude Harita with ID number R131459 of RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in MME branch for 2018-19 batch. Ms. Telaprolu Triveni with ID number R131610 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in chemical engineering branch for 2018-19 batch. Toppers in 2019-20. Miss C. Nirosha with ID number R141072 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being the topper of 2019-20 batch. She is the topper among women students and also the topper in ECE branch for the same year. Mr. Mulintivari Balachandra Reddy with ID number R141048 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in CSE branch for the 2019-20 batch. Miss Angadi Manjula Devi with ID number R141827 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in civil engineering branch for 2019-20 batch. Miss Gulipalli Sanjay with ID number N140455 of RGUKT Nujividu campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in mechanical engineering branch for 2019-20 batch. Miss Perumalla Anila with ID number N140904 of RGUKT Nujividu campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in MME branch for 2019-20 batch. Gold medalist and toppers in 2020-21. Mr. Kanturi Venkata Gauri Shankar Varaprasad with ID number R151081 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded the gold medal in the name of Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy Garu for being the overall topper for the year 2021. He is also
Shri Ayodhya Reddy Garu to come over to the dais and present the gold medal that we have instituted in memory of late Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy Garu because of his close association with Dr. Rajshekar Reddy. Thank you, sir, for accepting our.
Mr. Nallamalli Aditya Venkatareddy with ID number N150790 of RGUKT Nujivido campus is awarded the gold medal in the name of Professor D.
I
Raj Reddy
request
Garu.
Professor Raj Reddy Garu to present the gold medal that we instituted in his honor to this boy who is graduating with top rank in computer sciences. I wish that he would become another robo specialist.
Ms. Veeramareddy Gari Usharani with ID number R151074 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded the gold medal in the name of Srimati Kalluri Venkata Subbamma Garu for being the overall woman topper for the year 2021. She is also the topper in chemical engineering branch from the same batch.
I request our Honorable Minister, Dr. Adimulam Suresh Garu, to present the gold medal, which I instituted in memory of my mother.
Ms. Gurle Pavani with ID number N150717 of RGUKT Nujividu campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in civil engineering branch for 2021. Mr. Voleti Hitesh Pavan with ID number N150816 of RGUKT Nujividu campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in ECE branch for 2021. Mr. Nandavati Prasant with ID number R151240 of RGUKT RK Valley campus is awarded a prize for being the topper in mechanical engineering branch for 2021 batch. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now request that the candidates whose names are herewith submitted be admitted to their BTech degree in person. Mike.
In the name and on behalf of the Governing Council of Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies, Andhra Pradesh, I admit these candidates to their BTech degree in the university and in token thereof authorize them to wear the stoles ordained as the insignia of their degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, I now request that the candidates whose names are herewith submitted be admitted to their BTech degree in absentia.
In the name and on behalf of the Governing Council of Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge and Technologies, Andhra Pradesh, I admit these candidates in absentia to their BTech degree in the university, and in token thereof permit the registrar to present them their degrees and authorize them to wear the stoles ordained as the insignia of their degree. I now request our Honorable Minister for Education, Government of Andhra Pradesh, to address the graduates and also the faculty and other invitees.
Esteemed Chief Guest, Emeritus Chairman of Infosys, Sri N. Narayan Murthy Garu, former Chancellor, Professor Raja Reddy Garu, Chancellor of RGUKT, Professor K.C. Reddy Garu, the Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Hemchandra Reddy Garu, members of the Governing Council and Academic Council, guests, staff, graduates, students, parents, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. It's a great honor and privilege for me to be here today at the 5th convocation of this prestigious university, Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies, popularly known as RGUKT. I am particularly happy to recollect the yeoman service of Dr. Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy Garu, who made the idea of having an exclusive university for taking care of the technical education for the benefit of meritorious rural youth a reality. It's a matter of great satisfaction to note that RGUKT alone is hosting about 24,000 students on its 4 campuses in a residential mode. At the outset, let me express my sincere appreciation for the honor I have been given to deliver this address to the graduates of this RGUKT University. I am very much obliged to have immense support from our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu, under whose dynamic, pragmatic, benevolent leadership, the government is determined for the development of education sector, especially agriculture, health, and education are the priority sectors for this government. And the philosophy of our Honorable Chief Minister is that poverty should not be a barrier for technical education, and skill alone with 21st century skills will ensure you a stable life ahead. With a slew of impactful measures such as Amma Odi, Nadu Nedu, Vidya Kanuka, Goru Mudda, and English medium education for all, and Vidya Divana, Vasati Divana, etc. The state of Andhra Pradesh is leading in the implementation of a National Education Policy 2020 as envisaged by our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, in introducing flexibility, equity, and access in education. We want to give a level playing field for everyone, both for the urban and rural youth. The hidden talent and the technical skills of the rural youth should be unearthed. That is the dictum of establishing this triple ITs in this state. I also deem it very special to be one among you here on this convocation address to be delivered by the most influential and impactful icon of the computing world, Sri N. Narayan Murthy Garu, Emeritus Chairman of Infosys, and whose growth story has turned out to be a case study in technology and management disciplines. And equally great is to hear from Dr. Raj Reddy Garu, a distinguished scientist of artificial intelligence. Just as any premier institution, RGUKT has evolved over the years to be a university of excellence. I'm delighted to state that RGUKT is imparting high quality technical education to the meritorious rural youth who have been deprived of opportunities, both in terms of accessibility and means. It shapes the young minds as complete personalities by providing enough exposure in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Besides the academic environment, it has also the amenities to widen their sphere of learning. To the best of my knowledge, RGUKT is progressing effectively and meeting the requirements of the students, parents, and the government. It has been recording an excellent, consistent academic result and paving the way for better career prospects and employment opportunities. I'm happy to note that the future vision of the university is as envisaged by the Vice Chancellor of RGUKT on NIRF ranking, NBA, and NAC accreditations. We are also contemplating to introduce PhD programs, creating better placements and entrepreneurship opportunities for students, and also to become a multidisciplinary institution of excellence and to start MS programs as well in humanities and social sciences, such as public policy. The future vision of this university is to make it a multidisciplinary institution of excellence and to start various programs, and then the long pending issues like filling up the vacant teaching posts and non-teaching positions also will be completed in due course. We want to make this as centers of excellence, and the government of Andhra Pradesh has been liberally supporting the activities of the universities and extending financial support to the extent of nearly 90 crore rupees annually on this great occasion. I assure you that RGUKT will be provided with enough support from the government under the dynamic and visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy Garu. Today, it's really a very special and remarkable day for the recipients of the degrees of RGUKT. I am very much delighted to congratulate the batches of 2018-19, 2019-20, and 2021. In fact, after a gap of 3 years now, we are conducting this convocation, and I congratulate all the students on successful completion of their 6-year integrated BTech program, which is novel in many ways. It is also an occasion to celebrate your consistent hard work through which you could achieve the objective to become productive engineers. Yes, jobs are available, but jobs are there only for good engineers. The good engineers are those who have ample skills and not merely showing their degrees and then asking for a job. It is not based on your degrees, it is the skills which you acquire will really cement your place in the industry. In addition to this institute, behind every graduate are also his, her parents, loved ones, and all of those who have provided invaluable support and guidance. It is therefore an equally befitting opportunity to pay tribute to all who have brought the graduates to the point where they are today. I'm happy to know that a total of 5,298 students are being awarded BTech degrees in various branches in this convocation. My dear young graduates, you are gifted to be in the era of computers, expanding knowledge bases and diverse fields to choose from. Without computer knowledge and without expertise in your artificial intelligence subjects and then data mining and database, absolutely, there is no future for the students, irrespective of the faculty from which they are being graduated. I believe that RGUKT has prepared you to face a multitude of challenges in this competitive world. In your path to progress, never give up the opportunity to learn and improve your skills. For most of you, this day may denote the end of your formal education. But I can tell you, this is the day of commencement of your long journey into the next phase of life with full of challenges. On this occasion, it is not out of place to quote a famous thought of Swami Vivekananda, who says that as long as millions of people live in hunger and ignorance, I hold every educated man a traitor who, having been educated at the cost of the common man, and pays not least heed to them. So I urge upon the budding technocrats to look forward for your social obligation, for your social intervention in giving back to the society, whatever you have taken in the form of these incentives which the government of Andhra Pradesh under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu has believed that poverty should not be a barrier. So finally, once again, I would like to congratulate you all and wish you all years of joy, serenity, and success. All the very best for your bright future. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Let the chief guest, Padma Vibhushan, Sri Narayan Murthy, be presented by Professor Balakrishnan.
This citation is gratefully presented to Sri Narayan Murthy. Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge Technologies deems it a privilege to confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Science on Sri Narayan Murthy, founder of Infosys and a pioneer in innovative software services, at the 5th convocation today at the RK Valley campus. Infosys, the 41-year-old globally acclaimed company listed on the New York Stock Exchange in the United States and the Bombay Stock Exchange in Mumbai, with $15 billion in revenue and $96 billion in market capitalization, has not only been the backbone of Indian software industry, but has also emerged as a world-famous software giant in leadership training and in the development of high-quality technology infrastructure. Sri Narayan Murthy has left no stone unturned in promoting excellence in software skills and customer satisfaction. Sri Narayan Murthy is ranked 13th among the CNBC's 25 global business leaders and was listed among 12 greatest entrepreneurs of our time by Fortune in 2012. Sri Narayan Murthy has received Legion d'Honneur from France, CBE from Britain, and Padma Vibhushan from the President of India. The Economist ranked him among 10 most admired global business leaders in 2005. He was also ranked among the top 10 of the Financial Times list of business pioneers in technology published in 2015. He is the first Indian winner of Ernst & Young's World Entrepreneurs Year Award. He is an elected fellow of the US National Academy of Engineering. He was also honored with the honorary membership of IEEE USA. He was awarded Max Smedeni Liberty 2001 in Switzerland. He won the Stars of Asia for 3 continuous years, 1998, 1999, and 2000. In 1996-97, he received the J.R.D. Tata Corporate Leadership Award. He also received the Dean's Medal by the Wharton School in 2001. He was conferred the Sayaji Ratna Award and also the 25 Living Legends Award of NDTV and many more. Among the other prestigious honors conferred on Sri Narayan Murthy were the Founders Medal in 2018, the Hoover Medal in 2012, Ernst Weber Medal in 2007, all 3 from IEEE, Thomas Jefferson Medal and James E. Morgan Global Humanitarian Award were 2 of the prestigious awards he won. Sri Murthy was conferred with the IIT Kanpur's Distinguished Alumnus Award for creating and building an outstanding entrepreneurial venture, putting India on the international software map. His expertise and services have been sought by several national and international institutes and centers of learning and research, such as the Board of University of Tokyo, Japan, ESSEC School of Business, France, IESE Business School, Spain, Fundaco Dom Cabral, Brazil, member of the Board of Governors and Trustees of the Asian Institute of Management, Manila. Besides renowned universities like Cornell University, Wharton School, Graduate School of Business, Stanford University, Rhodes Trust at Oxford, the chairman of the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, and Public Health Foundation of India. Sri Narayan Murthy also served on the International Advisory Board of Yale University, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, William F. Ackmeyer Center for Global Leadership at the Truk School of Business, Singapore Management University, INSEAD, Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok, the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, and the International Institute of Information Technology, Bangalore. Sri Narayan Murthy and his wife, Dr. Sudha Murthy, the multifaceted social activists and crusaders for social harmony and peace, are respected and admired all over the world for their simple living and promotion of human values. May we, the chairman and the members of the Governing Council and Academic Council of the RGUKT, have the honor of requesting the revered Chancellor of RGUKT to confer on Sri Narayan Murthy the honorary degree of Doctor of Science. Thank you, sir.
I now request Dr. Narayan Murthy, the chief guest, to give the convocation address.
Thank you very much, Professor Balakrishnan and Professor K.C. Reddy, for your kind words. Professor Raj Reddy, Professor Balakrishnan, Chancellor, Minister Suresh, Vice Chancellor, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, deans, faculty, staff, students, graduating students, families and friends of the graduating students, and guests. I'm indeed honored and privileged to be with you, at least virtually, on this happy day. Thank you for this opportunity to share your joy and pride. Thank you also for your kindness in awarding me an honorary doctorate. I also thank you for giving me this opportunity to share the screen with Professor Raj Reddy. He is my hero. He's a unique person. He is the only Indian and the first Asian to win the Turing Award, the highest honor for a computer scientist in the world. He has competed with the best in the field and has shown. Among the people who have accomplished as much as he has, I have not seen another person who is as humble as Professor Raj Reddy. Even if you subtract from him all his scholastic achievements, he will remain as great a human being and as worthy of our veneration. My hope is that our country would honor him with Bharata Ratna, since several generations of Indians have been and will be inspired by him. I would request the Honorable Minister to take this matter up with his CM and also our Prime Minister. After much thought, I decided that I would use ideas and content from a speech I gave on a similar occasion in the last decade. The reasons are simple. The occasion is similar, audience is similar, the message is the same. And finally, as an engineer, I believe in reusability. Graduating students, this is your day. I salute your aspiration, smartness, determination, hard work, and discipline. I salute your family for their sacrifice and support. I salute your teachers for giving you the education, strength, support, and encouragement to complete this laudable marathon. Some of you will go on to do your graduate studies. Most of you will start your career as practicing engineer. I wish you the best. I want you to ponder about an important problem on this important day and decide how you can be part of the solution to this problem. The problem is that every gadget we use and every invention that we see around us have been invented abroad. Why is it so? Let me answer that question based on my experience of interacting with literally hundreds of thousands of engineering graduates who joined Infosys as trainees during the period 1981 to 2011. I believe it is because we do not use much of what is taught in the college. For us, education ends with passing the last examination in the college. Our students put enormous focus on rote learning and passing the examination. Most of the trainees that I met at Infosys told me that they hardly remember even fundamentals learned from their college education just 3 months after the examination. They do not see college education as an instrument to solve societal problems around them. Therefore, today I would like to speak to you on how you can use the outcome of these 4 years of your undergraduate study, which forms the foundation for your future accomplishments in pursuit of a higher degree all for your success as a professional. How do we use our education to make the society around us a better place? We do it by learning the fundamental concepts taught in the college and ensuring that these fundamental concepts become part of our DNA in our work. We should constantly update our understanding of these fundamental concepts by becoming aware of the advances in academia and the industry. We should seek opportunities to use these fundamental concepts to produce better products and services for our customers and to make our work more productive and more comfortable for us. We will, in the process, I can guarantee you, invent new ideas. Every day, just ask how you can use your professional knowledge to make what you do cheaper, faster, and better. Education is about enhancing learnability. Learnability is the ease with which you can learn new ideas and concepts. It is also the ability to extract generic inferences from specific instances and to use them in solving new unstructured problems. Such a learning paradigm requires that you have a clear grasp of a set of fundamental concepts. For example, I learned the concept and the mathematics of negative feedback and the power of modeling and simulation from the control theory class in my undergraduate years more than 58 years ago. I made it a point to use these ideas in my work. You will be surprised to know that I have used these ideas successfully for more than 20 years when I was the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. I completed my graduate degree in computer science about 53 years ago. I used fundamental concepts from my CS courses, that is computer science courses, in my work in my company. I want you to use similar ideas in your own branch of engineering. If you studied operations research, then you should internalize at least the power of simplex algorithm, integer programming, and dynamic programming and see where you can use it in your work. If you've done a course in statistics, you should use the ideas of probabilities, Bayes' theorem, or those of uniform, normal, binomial, and Poisson distributions in your work. If you studied a course on algorithms, you should at least use in your work the basic attributes and applications of sequential, parallel, distributed, concurrent, event-driven, randomized, approximate, and genetic algorithms. If you took a course on databases, you should be able to use at least the concept of B-star trees, transaction processing, normal forms, logging and recovery, distributed databases, and multi-phase commits. I have installed Mathematica on my laptop for simulations using mathematical institutions. Why am I saying these things? It is because as a successful engineer, you have to embed these basic concepts in your mindset and use them often to make your work more productive and to produce new innovations. It will help you to keep yourself up to date on advances in these ideas. It will help you to bring in transformational progress to our country by leveraging the power of education here and the power of these ideas. How does one internalize these ideas? Make sure you visit these ideas as often as you can by mulling about them often. Seek opportunities to use them in your work as often as you can. One effective way of being in touch with fundamental ideas in any branch of engineering is to revisit them in classical textbooks as often as you can during your spare time. It will also help you assimilate advances taking place in those ideas. I have created a library of some of the classics in computer science. I try to read them as often as I can. These days, I have become very slow in understanding technical stuff, but I still try. Reading them puts me in an uncomfortable zone. But when I start reading them, I get inspired by the smartness of these ideas and of their creators. They make me humble. That humility motivates me to work harder in whatever else I do. Let me name just 9 of the 100 and odd classical computer science books in my library. The Art of Computer Programming, 4 volumes by Donald Knuth. Computer Architecture, a Quantitative Approach by John Hennessy and Patterson. Modern Operating Systems by Andrew Tannenbaum and Bose. Computer Networks, a Systems Approach by Peterson and Davy. Automata, Computability and Complexity, Theory and Applications by Elaine Rich. Algorithms Illuminated, 4 volumes by Tim Ruff Gordon. Operations Research, Applications and Algorithms by Winston. Database Systems, a complete book by Garcia, Molina, Ullman and Widom. Transaction Processing, Techniques and Concepts by Jim Gray and Andreas Reuter. I have not mentioned books on AI, ML, and big data since I have not used them in my work. Contemporary scholars may opine that some of these books are dated. I agree, but they are sufficient for a techno manager like me to keep my interest alive, to update my knowledge, and to use them in my work. But please choose your own set of classical textbooks in your own specialization to create your own library and read them as often as you can. These days, of course, as you know very well, it is very easy to buy Kindle versions of these books. Some of you will perhaps not appreciate why you should read these books if your job is to be just a factory engineer. Reading these books, solving problems from them, and thinking about using them in your work will help you understand what is happening in the field at the leading edge. This will definitely make you a smarter engineer. Let me give you 2 examples of engineering skills bringing tremendous values to our customers at Infosys. A couple of decades ago, an important customer of Infosys wanted us to review an existing system designed by the Japanese for performance improvement. The end-of-day batch programs were taking a huge amount of time and were running into the online day. Our engineers reviewed the design of the programs and the system and the database, made improvements based on their knowledge of B-stall trees, and reduced the end-of-day procedure from 8 hours to just 45 minutes. In 1981, when we were designing a large online application package, we found that the programmer productivity is hindered by the lack of screen management software on the machine that we were using. Mr. Shibulal, my colleague, and I designed our own screen management package using the then ideas in man-machine interaction. We improved the productivity of about 80 programmers by as much as 25% each for a period of 2 years. please join the weekly colloquia in your company or your university right from day one. If such a facility does not exist in your company, please start one. Invite well-known experts from the academia and the industry to give lectures on advances in areas of your work. Use internet to get the latest ideas in your area of work. Become a member of a professional society like ACM and IEEE with subscription to at least one special interest group relevant to your responsibility in your company. These professional bodies bring immense value to your work. They are the source of unlimited knowledge to improve your productivity and your innovative capabilities. They open doors to learn from global experts. Take examinations conducted by professional societies like IEEE. Such examinations help you to be up to date in your knowledge. They help you to benchmark yourself with professionals on a global scale. They raise your confidence to tackle advanced problems in your workplace. They help you to innovate at the leading edge. Take part in contests held by professional bodies, the industry, and your own company. Such contests will help you sharpen your analytical and skills capabilities. Any success as a professional requires that you develop a mindset of curiosity and respect for intelligence and knowledge. That means you should hold your teachers in the highest esteem, meet them as often as you can, and learn from them. Please listen carefully and learn from people smarter than you are at workplace and elsewhere. Seek truth. Disagree with people very courteously, of course, when you disagree on issues if it requires you to uphold truth. But as I said earlier, please do not be disagreeable. Develop the habit of spending at least an hour a day in enhancing your professional knowledge. Attend refresher courses conducted by your company, your alma mater, or elsewhere. Of course, none of these will help you if you do not develop to be a good citizen of this nation. Please practice teamwork, discipline, good work ethic, honesty, courtesy, commitment, and hard work. Please strengthen your knowledge of English, since no other language in today's world has even a small fraction of value for you to update your knowledge as a professional. In every action of yours, please demonstrate your commitment to unite this nation rather than divide it on the basis of religion, region, caste, and class. My congratulations again and best wishes for a great future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful message to the graduates and to the entire university community. I request Professor Balakrishnan to receive the citation and also the honorary degree on behalf of Padma Vibhushan Sri Narayan Murthy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let Professor Padma Bhushan Professor Raj Reddy be presented by Professor P.J. Narayana.
On behalf of the entire university, I deem it a privilege to present this citation, a token of our admiration and gratitude in honor of Professor D. Raj Reddy, the Moza bin Nasser University Professor of Computer Science and Robotics in the School of Computer Science at Carnegie Mellon University. Born in Chittoor, just a few kilometers from here, on June 13th, 1937, Dabbala Rajagopala Reddy, popularly known as Raj Reddy, obtained his BE degree from the Guindy Engineering College, Madras in 1958 and the master's degree from the University of New South Wales, Australia in 1960. From 1960 to 63, he worked as the applied science representative for IBM Corporation in Australia. Dr. Raj Reddy left for the United States of America, where he obtained his PhD from Stanford University in 1966, that being the first computer science PhD from Stanford. He worked as an assistant professor of computer science at Stanford from 1966 to 1969 and joined the Carnegie Mellon University as an associate professor in 1969. Dr. Raj Reddy was elevated as a full professor in 1973 and as a university professor in 1984. He became the founding director of the Robotics Institute from 1979 to 1991 and served as the Dean of School of Computer Science from 1991 to 1999. With an extraordinarily brilliant academic career studded with laurels for his research work in India, China, France, Australia, and the US, Dr. Raj Reddy became a pioneer in the study of artificial intelligence and the human-computer interaction. He scaled great heights with his prolific writings and soothingly eloquent lectures. It is no easy task to state briefly the numerous awards and honors Dr. Reddy has received during the nearly 7 decades of his outstanding service as an authority and visionary in the fast-changing field of modern technology. A fellow of the Institute of Electronics Engineers, IEEE, fellow of the Acoustical Society of America, fellow of the American Association of Artificial Intelligence, Dr. Raj Reddy is a member of the National Academy of Engineering in USA and member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. He is also a member of Chinese Academy of Engineering, Indian National Science Academy. He was president of the American Association of Artificial Intelligence, or AAAI, from 1987 to 1989 and was inducted into inaugural IEEE Intelligence Systems AI's Hall of Fame. Dr. Reddy was honored by President François Mitterrand of France in 1984 with the Legion of Honor Award and Padma Bhushan by the President of India in 2001. He was the first person of Asian origin to receive the ACM Turing Award in 1994, the Okawa Prize in 2004, Honda Prize in 2005, and the Vannevar Bush Award in 2005. Dr. Reddy served as the co-chair of the President's Information Technology Committee of USA from 1999 to 2001. He was recently presented with the Computer History Museum Fellow Award in 2021 for his groundbreaking work in artificial intelligence, robotics, and computer science and speech recognition. Famous universities at home and abroad vied with each other in conferring honorary doctorate degrees which sit gently on Professor Raj Reddy's broad shoulders. Raj Reddy has done India proud with his pioneering work, which earned for him and the nation global acclaim. What endears him to the academia and the larger society, as well, is his humility and spirit of selfless service for the welfare of humanity. May I go off script after listening to Narayan Murthy Garu and join all of us in requesting the government of India to consider him for a Bharat Ratna award. May we have the honor of requesting the revered Chancellor of RGUKT to confer on Dr. Raj Reddy the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
I request our Honorable Minister and our Vice Chancellor also to join me in doing this, a very rare honor. A great pleasure now in requesting our learned, very distinguished guest, Padma Bhushan, Professor Raj Reddy. Your response, sir.
I'm truly honored and humbled to be here. It gives me great pleasure to see all these young faces, full of energy and full of enthusiasm, looking forward to the future. I'm at the other end. I wish I could see how you all thrive and become great leaders. But today, I want to just start with the convocation address here. Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Narayan Murthy Garu, Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Suresh, Honorable MP, Sri Ayodhya Ram Reddy Garu, Distinguished Chancellor, Sri K.C. Reddy Garu, Distinguished Vice Chancellor, Sri Hemchandra Reddy Garu, and Justice Sheshasaina Reddy Garu, and distinguished members of the Governing Council and Academic Council, Professor N. Balakrishnan, Professor Satyanarayana, and Professor B.S. Murthy, Dr. P.J. Narayanan, and Emeritus Professor Vijay Chandru. Also, I want to recognize the directors and officers of RGUKT, Dr. Sandhya Rani, Director of RK Valley, Dr. Srinivas Rao, Director of Nuzuvidu, Dr. Jairam Reddy, Director of Ongole, Dr. Jagdishwar Rao, Srikakulam, and Dr. Gopal Raju, Director of CETLS, and Dr. Samrajya Lakshmi, Registrar. Distinguished guests, faculty, parents, most importantly, the students. I have a long speech. I think you can read it in the printed version. I'll give you a short version today. Good morning and congratulations on the successful completion of your program at RGUKT. After the trials and tribulations of COVID, which made it necessary for us to have 3 convocations together in one go, I hope it does not diminish in any way your accomplishments. And I want to also thank the parents and family for their support. COVID may have disrupted your life and education, but it is a silver lining. You have learned many new things and many new skills that many of us were not aware of before we had COVID problems. To begin with, I would like to share with you the story of the origins of RGUKT. The concept and the idea and the inspiration for forming this institution happened right here in this area next door where Dr. K.C. Reddy and I were sitting in Dr. YSR's house. And Dr. Rajsekhar Reddy said, we must do something. It turns out I am from a village and he was from a village, and we were all saying, what can we do to give an impetus to the young people, young rural meritorious youth? The problem was, currently, most of the selection into higher degrees happen based on the marks you get. The marks, unfortunately, are not a satisfactory metric. What marks you get depends on how educated your parents are. If your parents are day laborers in a village, they won't even know what options are there. And it depends on the quality of the teachers and the quality of the education school that you go to, and whether your parents have enough money to give you private tuition. If you spend 10 hours learning mathematics and I spend 100 hours learning mathematics, obviously I'll do much better. So the issue is, how do we find a level playing field, whether you're coming from a rich urban family or a poor rural family? What is the level playing field? I think we came up with that solution for RGUKT. We said, we are not going to select people based on marks at a national and a state level, because that's completely unfair for rural youth that don't get the benefits of the quality education. But instead, it is based on geographic equity. It is based on the fact that you are selected in a small neighborhood. If you're the best in your neighborhood, fine, you should be selected. Not because you're not as good as somebody that went to Hyderabad public school or something. So the selection was based on geographic equity at a mandal level, where we said we'll select at least 3 people from every mandal. And this had amazing repercussions. When the first batch came to these campuses, 1/3 of the students came barefoot. They didn't even have shoes, chappals, nothing. They just came barefoot. I can appreciate it because I also was going around barefoot at the time I went to college, except when I went to Loyola College, that was the first time I wore shoes, okay? But all of these people just came. Many of them didn't even have bus fare to come to the campus. And the second thing is, if you're in a city, you can walk to school. You're very close. If you're a rural person, somewhere in Kadiri or somewhere, you can't walk to some campus, so you have to have a residential program. And that is what kind of is one of the special things. We are probably the largest residential program in the country. Originally, as conceived, it was supposed to be 36,000 students in the combined Andhra Pradesh. Anyway, so in addition to this, we said they must be able to access information, knowledge, and lectures, not just because some professor standing in the classroom and telling them, because they may or may not know everything. But these days, with internet and access to all the knowledge and Wikipedia and so on, we said every student must have a laptop. And I know many of you have struggled with that requirement because you didn't quite get your laptop. I'm sorry, the system has broken down, but I hope you had access to laptop, at least part of your education. And I'm told beginning the next year, there will be laptops for most of the students, which makes me very happy. The other aspect of this admission policy is when you admit people from distributed areas, because they're not necessarily, they may have gotten a poor grade marks. That's not because they're stupid. They just have not been taught. They don't know the information. So when they come, you have a group of people. Some of them have been highly educated in the best schools, and others didn't even have a teacher coming and teaching anything, even though they were pretty smart. Smartness, talent. Talent is universal. Everybody has talent, but application, so Dr. Balakrishnan said that at that time in 2008, we are selecting the best people, not the best educated people. And that was a requirement in the thing. So anyway, that is to give you some background on how we ended up with this campus and with this institution. The education process, my original idea was we should use Ekalavya model. Forget about teachers completely. Everybody should learn by themselves. If Ekalavya can learn, we can learn too, learning without a teacher. And in particular, I was inspired by the example of Professor Srinivasa Ramanujan, the famous mathematician who lived in the early part of the 19th century. And he learned all of his mathematics, 300 years of mathematics, purely by himself, no teachers. Not only did he learn all that mathematics, but he actually extended the scope of it, so that even now people are working on his notebooks to figure out exactly what he did. And I think each of us, given the inspiration, can be learned without a teacher. But that is unrealistic. Most of us need some motivation. Without motivation, without some kind of requirement, I wouldn't probably play games or do something else and assume that's all I want to do. So the important thing here was to have mentors who are like teachers and guides, teaching, who will guide you when you get stuck. And that implementation is work in progress. Even after 10 years, I don't think we are doing exactly what could be done, but it's a huge opportunity for us to understand how you do it. Finally, I want to kind of leave you with some thoughts for the future. If you look back in the last 100 years, 120 years, at the beginning of the 20th century, there were no cars, no electricity, no roads, no wireless, no television, no radio, nothing. It all happened in the first half of the 20th century. In the second half, we had a number of additional advances. The most important thing being computers and information technology and World Wide Web, internet. And that has transformed almost every person's life in the world. Now we are entering the third phase of the computer revolution. It started in 2007 when the smartphone was introduced by Steve Jobs. And at that time, I didn't think I would see a smartphone costing less than 5,000 rupees. You can already get it, but it's somewhat brain dead. In another 5 years, you can have the best smartphone for less than 5,000 rupees. And actually, if you think about it, it would make good sense for the government to give every person a smartphone, because the economic benefit that comes out of having all transactions completely happen in digital form is enormous. You just, even for if you take COVID, we need not have had the lockdown for a whole month and causing all kinds of grief for everybody. If everyone had a smartphone, it is possible to detect, even before you know it, if your temperature is going up, if something else is happening, immediately you can kind of warn the owner, you have to do something. So I think we could have actually eliminated 90% of the problems and pains that we got from the shutdown that happened in March of 2000. So I won't go into all the things that might happen, but the important thing is we are entering a third phase of the advances in computing. And the problem is 40% of the people in India are either illiterate or semi-literate. And they have not yet benefited from the thing because they can't read even the smartphone or what they can. We are now entering a new world where you don't have to learn how to know how to read or write. You can just speak, just like all human beings speak to each other. Now you'll be able to speak to the computers. And that will make all of these 40% first-class citizens. They can benefit from the technology just as much as you and I. And this, I think, will transform the world as a whole. Can you imagine doubling the number of users on the internet and and all the digital options that will come from there? So the advances in the next 50 years will undoubtedly be more dramatic than the last 50. They will transform the way we live, learn, and work. And this requires all of you adopt a lifelong learning model. I hope that you, the graduate students of RGUKT, will lead the way towards making the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I move that the thanks of the convocation be rendered to Padma Vibhushan Dr. N.R. Narayanamurthy Garu, Padma Bhushan Professor D. Raj Reddy Garu for their addresses, and Dr. Adimulapu Suresh Garu, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, for gracing the occasion.
I now dissolve the convocation. National Anthem.